Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Blushing Mint. It is Dion, and I am so happy to have you guys with me today in my crafting studio. Can you tell what's happening here? And no, it's not me taking care of my shoes. That's for sure. I don't wear shoes that gotta be polished. None of that stuff. In fact, I don't know that there's shoe polish in my house. I think all the shoe polish is in my craft shed. So today, friends, it is your much anticipated video remake for creating our faux leather covers. Look at that beauty. Just look at it. So gorgeous. So today what's happening here is I'm going to show you how I take our plain everyday manila envelopes and I turn them into this lusciousness. So without further ado, let's get serious. We gotta have the gloves. All right, you know the drill. When the gloves come out, we're making a mess. I got my apron on so I don't ruin any clothes. I'm gonna get my gloves on. And now what I have done so far for the ones that I've got going on here, I have taken the metal clasp. I've gone ahead and taken those off, and I'm going to set my polishes up here, and I'll go over all of these while we're going through our process. I have so many because I have several that are about to run out. So in order to get the clasp off in the neatest fashion, I just take a sharp object of sorts, but not too sharp, and I just work it up underneath those 2 points where they are glued down, or they're actually clasped down, but I can't get the clasp undone, and so I just pop them out like that. It leaves a little hole here, guys. No big deal. This is no big deal at all at the end of the day. Okay, so the first thing you got to do is okay, let me go back. The envelopes that I am using, you guys, are 9 by 12 size envelopes. So they're 9 here by 12 wide. By 12 wide. And the envelope brand that I am using is Maker's Mark, and I bought these at Sam's Club. They are 150 envelopes for like 14 bucks. That is super cheap. So, and these are heavy, good quality envelopes, and that is so very important when you are doing this technique, because you just need them to hold up and stand up well. And the higher the quality envelope, the better the feel and texture you're going to get in this process. So the first thing I do is I fold my flap in, okay? And then I kind of roll it and I scrunch. This is not for the faint of heart, and let me tell you, it is really hard on my hands, but that's okay. And you just want to be very careful when you unroll it not to be hard on any of those edges or anything like that. So I roll it that way, and then I turn around and I do the same thing, but I roll it from the long end. And literally, you just crunch. You just crunch, 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 crunch. The more crunch you get, the better the texture is going to be on your leather. Okay, and we're going to do this several more times throughout the project. I'm going to show you another way that I tried that gives me some decent results. And so that is, you take your envelope and whoops, got to be careful because you'll seal your envelope shut. Spray it with some water just for the time being, I'm going to just tuck this in so that it doesn't seal shut. Okay, spray it with some water and then crinkle. Now, this makes the paper more malleable, so it's a little bit easier to fold, but I've also found that it's a little easier to rip as well. So you don't want to put too much water into it, and you don't want to be too hard on it. And then, but it definitely is a lot easier on your hands. If you're somebody like me who has some serious carpal tunnel going on in the world, this is way easier on your hands. Okay, but you can see it's a little easier to get a little bit better result there if you use the water. So you can do it either way, and I'm going to use both of these, and we're gonna see what the result is. Okay, so I'm going to let this one dry just a minute before I get going too far on using it, because I do not want this to be I don't want it to rip or ruin or anything. So, okay, so here we go. We've got our envelope. Now, I lay out a hanging file folder. So this is just a hanging file folder. I've gone ahead and cut the hanging instrument off of it. But then I can turn around and I can also use this for tags, tucks. I can make another leather cover out of this. So we are going to do brown, and this is black. I have to use a new one. You guys, this is Kiwi shoe polish. I get it at Walmart. In the shoe section, it's like $5 for a thing, and it works. It works great. So you just get it going, and you literally just slather it across your envelopes here. This is not rocket science. It really isn't, but I'm telling you, it works, and it turns out absolutely amazing. And who would have thunk it? I've seen people do this with ink pads, but I've never seen anybody do it with shoe polish. And so when I was thinking about the faux leather covers and whatnot, I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to waste all my beautiful ink. And so I was trying to think of a way to get that same result using a different or less expensive medium. And shoe polish just came to my mind. I don't know why. It just popped in there. Okay, so there's the front. Go to the back, and same thing. And now you want to go over all your edges. You want to go over all your seams. But yeah, shoe polish. $5 for a little thing of shoe polish. And I'm telling you, you get a lot of envelopes covered with a thing of shoe polish, versus if I was using my distressed inks or something like that. They're expensive. To me, those are items that are way too expensive to use on something like this. So I love the idea of the shoe polish. Now, I like to go inside my envelope as far as I can, just to give that extra coverage. Go right over your gummed flap and everything else. Go inside everything. Okay, and then on the back side here, like so. And then I just go over it a second time. Actually, before I go over it totally a second time, I'm going to fold it again. I'm going to crunch it like nobody's business, because the more that you crunch in between your layers, the more texture and the more skin leather look you're going to get. So you want to just keep doing that in between each coat. And again, be very, very careful with your flap. Gosh, but do you see how it's already taking on all of that extra texture and already looking just so luscious? So you could stop with one coat, you guys, but that's not me. If one's good, 2, 3, 4 is better, right? I don't know. But yeah, you don't have to go with more than one. But I do like the look of 2, sometimes even 3. But as it starts to get wet and saturated a little bit with that polish, you can dry this off with your hair dryer in between coats. But that's not me. You know, that's just not me. I just keep applying because I like to get as many done as I possibly can in a setting. So we're just, for the interest of this video, I'm just going to keep right on a trucking along here. Now, I want you to know, I have tried other shoe polish brands, okay? I went to the dollar store initially. Okay, that is initially where I got my shoe polish from, was the dollar store, because I was all about, you know, saving the money and getting, you know, seeing what I could get for my craft value. And while the dollar store brand, which I believe is this one here, Shoe Gear, well, it does work. It does have a very green tint to it, and I'm going to do a black one here in just a minute, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I say that. Okay, so this is our brown one. I'm going to set this aside right now and just let it dry while I grab a black one. Okay, so I'm going to do this other envelope here, and I'm going to start with this black shoe polish from the dollar store, okay? I want to be transparent and show you how I came up with my choices. So I'm hoping that comes across as it does in person. I hope it comes across in a video in the camera as it does in person. So that is the black from the dollar store. I'm not a fan, guys, so I'm just going to set that aside. And then I'm just finishing up this bottle, and this is leather dye in black from Kiwi. Okay. And I just have a little bit left in here, I think. So, do you see the difference here? There is a distinctive difference from Kiwi to the dollar store. And it's just quality, friends. You could go ahead and layer 3 or 4 or more coats of the black from the dollar store if that's all you have and if that's all you can afford. You can do that. It's perfectly fine. Just know that it's going to take you more coats, and you may not get the exact desired color and richness as you might if you were to use this Kiwi. So I want to just be transparent in telling you, you know, what you may or may not be able to achieve depending upon the quality of the product that you use. So anywho, my black is about empty here, and if you can see the foam, it's okay. It all flows right into that, soaks right into that envelope. And it's just, I just love these. These are like literally one of my most favorite things to create. And I love it because the end result is literally stunning. It's just absolutely stunning how these end up turning out in the end. I just never ever would have imagined them being as beautiful and as tactile. I mean, they are so tactile, and they truly feel just like leather when they are done. It's crazy. Everybody who sees them or touches them is just so surprised. They're just so surprised by them. So yeah, and these envelopes are holding up so nice. I'm highly pleased with these Maker's Mark brand envelopes from Staples, or I'm sorry, not Staples, from Sam's Club. So yeah. I think my ink is just about, my dye is just about done. Let's see if I can get this fully covered with what's left in here. Then I can get rid of this bottle and start a new one. Gosh, and I can't tell you which I like more, the black or the brown. They are both just, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. I just love these. And I even practiced, I sent a test video up to YouTube before I turned the camera on for this, just to make sure that hopefully everything uploads correctly with sound and video and everything else. I had the best video the last time, and it just no sound. So anywho, okay. So there is our black. Okay, I'm going to set the black aside. I'm going to bring the brown back, and I'm going to pause you for a second because I am going to go ahead and I'm going to throw the blow dryer on this for just a second, just because I want to make sure that it's not too saturated before I add another layer. So just hang tight and I'll be right back, friends. Okay, so I brought this back, and it is not dry by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not saturated either. And again, I'm going to give it one more good crunch here. And again, proceed with caution as I open it, because I don't want to rip a flap or an edge or anything like that in there. Gosh, I hope this is showing on camera as awesome as it is. Okay, now you'll see I literally just ripped my flap. It is okay, friends, don't stress about it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It can all be fixed. It can all be fixed in the end. All right, one more coat of brown here, just to richen this up a little bit. So this is kind of our second, third-ish coat. And again, by no means do you have to do this many. Okay, back side. just along that edge and along this edge here too. That way, if you are using this as a pocket, they have that little extra bit there. All right, setting this one aside, bringing back our black. Okay, brown goes away, black comes back. I have another one that is partially used. So here we go. The second coat, oh, guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to scrunch again. So scrunch in between coats gives it that extra texture. Okay. And all right, now we're back. Okay. Along any edges, under any seams that might be showing. A dab motion, when the envelopes are damp, the dab motion works way better than a rubbing motion too, just to save the hide of your envelope. Inside on the back. All right, and then on our front. All right. Okay, I'm going to take these, friends, and I'm going to get them dried off again, and then I'll come back and show you the final thing that I do to these envelopes. So hang tight, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got these both mostly dried, and then I'm going to show you the last step I do before, excuse me, I am finished with my covers. Again, I'm going to scrunch it, scrunch it, scrunch it. Okay. Okay, so my last step is this. It is Instant Wax Shine. It is a luster from Kiwi. I have this in brown. I've only ever been able to find it in brown, and it is incredibly hard to find in the stores or anywhere else. I believe I had to end up getting mine on Amazon possibly, but yes, it is very, very hard to find. So this is it, Instant Wax Shine. Same process, guys, same process. You only need one quick coat of this over your envelopes. And what this does is it literally just brings a beautiful sheen to these envelopes, and it literally makes it kind of look like that tanned hide effect. It's just crazy what this does, and the feel it gives them is just incredible. So, yep, we just run this over the top of them. And even though this is brown, I still run this over the top of my black dyed envelopes as well. It just, and you'll see, it doesn't really change the color at all, but it still gives it that beautiful sheen and feel. So, okay, setting that aside. Once these are dry, you'll see them here. All right, black one. This is hard on my hands, friends. It's hard on my hands. If you have bad hands, have a kid help you, but make sure they're careful in handling the envelopes, but you can have them crinkle them up for sure. Or your husband, you know, whatever works for you. But for heaven's sakes, save your hands if you can. All right, here we go. Black. And I think it just adds another level of tone, using the brown over the black, because as with everything in nature, there's no true one specific right tone or color. So I just think it adds just yet another level of richness to what we have here. Man, I love these. I literally could make, if my hands would hold out, I could make dozens of these every day. I love this process, and I think it's because the end result is always just so cool. It's crazy. It's such a crazy transformation. Okay, so we're going to let these dry, and then I'll come back and show these to you. I am going to go ahead and I am going to mass make several of these, and so I'm just going to pause you guys while I get busy making some more of these envelopes, and then I will show you the end results of my mess making at the end of this video. So stay tuned, friends. I'll be back with the final results. Okay, friends, I am back with the finished product here. So I did a couple small ones, and I want to show you, I hope the color shows on this one. On this one here, I did a layer of brown over the top of the black, and so you get a little deeper, richer brown color, and I just think it turned out so awesome. Yep, and I ripped the back. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's going to be usable. So that is brown over black. This is straight black, so you can definitely see the variance of color there. And then I did 3 different black ones, and you can just see the texture is different in every single one of them, but every single one is just as beautiful as the next. And so when they're folded and ready to go into a journal, they're stunning. So those are the black ones, and then I have 3 brown ones. And I just think this brown is, oh, it's just perfect. It is like such a beautiful color, but yet you get just a hint of that Manilla still in the background, and I just think it makes it look so much more rich and authentic. So, oh, and then this is my board. This is what it looks like when I'm done doing that. So now I could take, and I'll just cut this out, and then I can use these for backgrounds on tags or anything like that, or I could keep it just as it is, and this would make an absolutely stunning, I think I'll keep this just as it is, and end up cutting around it to fit, and this would make a stunning journal cover. Oh my gosh. Woo, yep, keeping that just like it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. So, anywho, friends, that is my take on faux leather, on a faux leather technique utilizing Manilla envelopes and shoe polish to get this absolutely beautiful result. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope it was worth the anticipation of waiting for me to get a chance to make some more of these, and I can't wait to see if you guys try it. Thumbs up if you like this. Please tell me what you think. Comment below. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I would absolutely love to have some new subscribers on my channel. And I always welcome your feedback. And I just look forward to crafting again with you guys in the next video. So until then, friends, I hope you find time to craft and treat yourself well. Try this technique if you would, and let me know what you think. And until the next time that we see each other, y'all be well and take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.